What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy D Strength Squad General, Dream Drivers Legacy General, right here sipping my coffee. You dig? On my way to this gym, thought I would drop a gem. Let me put these windows up real quick. But on my way to this gym, man, thought I would drop a gem. I'm actually in my daughter's whip because my car is in the shop. Nothing crazy, just gotta get an oil change, things of that nature. But anyway, y'all, by the title of this video, let people assume, bro. Let them assume. And to me, this is one of my hidden gems, bro. This right here is low-key a superpower. You feel me? This right here is low-key a superpower. This right here will really take you from one, I would say, minor perspective to, you know, a grander perspective. You feel what I'm saying? If you think about life, like, I've grown to a certain point in my life where I can start categorizing people. You know what I'm saying? I can start categorizing people, man. Meaning, you know, over a period of time when you're younger, you're trying to learn energies. You're trying to learn people in the regards of, like, just trying to understand where people are coming from. You know, trying to understand who's the nice guy, who's the nice one, who's for you, who's not for you. You know, who's deceptive, you feel me? Who's deceptive in your life? Who smiles in your face but yet stab you behind your back? You know? And I don't really like to speak too much about that side of life, but the reality is, just from my experience, I've noticed that, don't get me wrong, in the grand scheme of things, bro, in the grand scheme of things, I would say the world is love. The world is a heart emoji. You know, the world is peace. Despite all of the chaos and madness that goes on, it's just, I would just say, among that negativity, negative people, bro, people that's on crap time, bro, they're like landmines out here in this great world that we live in. You know what I'm saying? They're like landmines, bro. And they're like traps. You know, you really got to be mindful of how you step, where you step, who you step with, bro. You got to be mindful of who you step with. And so it could be hard to figure out, you know, in the beginning, you know, or should I say when you're younger, it could be kind of hard to figure out because you're learning life. You know, you're trying to understand. Again, wolves that are dressed in sheep's clothes. But over a period of time, bro, you know, the more that you learn, the more that you take these valuable lessons, you start to identify characters. You start to see similar characteristics when you come across another person who moved with very similar energy from the last experience. Come on now. You start to see similar characteristics, meaning if someone smiled in your face, you know what I'm saying, and they were too kind, overly nice. I'm not saying that that's impossible, but to me, that's a red flag. And it's one of them ones where, you know, you got to ask yourself, why is this person so nice? Why is this person so overly invested? And then that's when you got to kind of like put them in the category of too nice. And then also come up with a solution or come up with a reasoning where over a period of time, just let things unfold. Over a period of time, just let it unfold. And you'll see if this person had a motive, an ulterior motive all along, where they're nice to you for unnice reasons, if they had an ulterior motive all along, you know, or if they're genuine. You feel me? I would just say, in this regards, I've learned that many of the times, I've learned over a period of time that the ones that are super nice, or just in general, man, when it comes to anything that we want to talk about, a lot of the times, many people have ulterior motives, bro. A lot of times, people have ulterior motives for whatever reason. And I'm not trying to get super lost in my conversation, but this does ties into what I'm saying in the regards of let people assume, bro. Let people assume. My whole point is I've grown to a point where I can, like, life is not really that complicated when you really think about when it comes to just understanding people, at least from my perspective. And I'm not being a contradiction in any way when it comes to what I'm saying. I'm just saying, on top of the fact that I'm already an isolated person to a degree, I'm already an introverted individual. One of the things that I benefit from being an introvert, bro, is that I study, bro. I study, but I don't say a word. And that's the difference between, you know, being a person who make decisions based off of assumptions versus making decisions based off of what you read in the regards of an individual who falls into a category, bro, that you've seen before. A category that you've seen before. On one of my old jobs, it was a coworker that I used to work with, and he said something that still sit with me today. I've seen your kind before. Not talking to me, you know, he was just saying it joking, talking to other people. Like, I've seen your kind before. And that's still with me because, you know, in my travels of life, I've grown to points where one experience will lead to another, and another, and another. And I would be like, man, I've seen this type of energy before. I've seen how you operate with someone else. You know, how you operate, I've seen somebody operate just like you. And so I start to look at life from a bird's eye view and start saying, so now I categorize people by, you know, okay, I've seen this before, so now I put you in this category. I've seen this before, so now I put you in this category. So now instead of just looking at people as the individuals alone per se, I put you in a category, bro. So now, let's just say I have 4 categories, just using that as an analogy. Let's say I have 4 categories. Now it's easier for me to now understand what I'm working with, who I'm working with, in terms of understanding why do people want to be around me? Why do you want to be all in my business? You know what I'm saying? What is your purpose of being in my face? Who is you and who is your role in my life? What is your role in my life? You know? So it makes it easier for me to put myself in a position to say, when it comes to certain categories of people, bro, when it comes to certain categories of individuals, the moment that I could spot that you don't have the best interest, or potentially don't have the best interest in my life, I'm going to shut down even more. On top of the fact that I'm already an introvert, I'm going to shut down even more. You know, I've learned to really, I've learned, honestly, to not really be more of a speaker and more of a watcher, more of a listener, bro. And I've learned that this superpower actually keeps people at a distance from you, when that's really what you want to begin with. It keeps people at a distance, it keeps people guessing, and it keeps people assuming so much so that there's chatter going on behind your back, and everybody have all of these ideas of what they think you are, how they think you are, without having a single conversation with you. Bro, that is a game changer, bro. That is a beautiful position to be in, bro. That is a wonderful position to be in. To be in a position where people come up to you asking you questions and you don't give them what they want, bro. You don't give them what they want. And one of the reasons why I don't is because if you're in that category, one of those categories that I'm talking about, then I'm already not one to open up unless I feel like you belong in that category, if you're in that category of individuals who have my best interests at heart, which is usually only one category, which is one category. Every other category, you ain't really getting anything from me, or you're going to get from me what it is that I want to share. But I'm not an oversharer. You know, perhaps if you're in that one category, you know, of individuals who I feel have my best interests at heart, every other category, you're not really getting much from me. I'm going to keep you guessing. I'm going to let you assume. I'm going to let you assume, bro. And I love it, bro, because it drives people nuts. It drives people crazy that you're not giving them no info. You're not telling them nothing about you, your life. You know, how many other jobs do you have? Like, why is this information important to you? That's even more of a reason why I like to let people assume, because I'm like, why is it that important? I could care less about what's going on in the next person's life, how many kids you got. You know what I'm saying? Do you live in a Rambler? Do you have an apartment? Are you in a condo? I don't care. Like, it doesn't do nothing for my growth to be all up in your business. And then I've also learned that when people are all up in your business, they go run to Tom and Becky and tell them everything that you shared with them, bro. That's another reason why you let people assume. So I love letting people assume whatever, bro, about me. I love letting people assume. I love hearing the conversations get back to me that someone said that I'm likely to be this kind of a person as opposed to that kind of a person, when the whole time I'm neither of what they assume of me, bro. I love it. Because the best thing that they can do, bro, when they're assuming, is come up with their own assumptions, because you're not giving them no information. You know, they're watching from a space of trying to be negative. They're watching from a space of trying to learn you so that they can use that information and flip it and make it negative and talk about you, bro, around your peers or whatever the case may be. So I love to let people assume. You can assume I don't have money. You can assume I have money. Either is okay with me. I don't need to be seen. I don't need to be heard. I don't need to be known, bro. I don't need for you to have any reason to have an opinion about me. I don't need it, bro, unless the room makes sense. Now, if you're a business partner, let's go. If you're a family member, you know, who I can trust and confide in, let's go. If you're a friend that I can trust and confide in, let's go. If you're someone that genuinely rock with me, for me, let's go. You likely won't have to really assume because we're having conversations. You know, those type of conversations are for the people who I'm supposed to have those type of conversations with. Not for any and everybody, bro. You know, and if you live your life in a position, bro, where you're just okay with letting people assume, bro, you tune a deaf ear and you ain't tripping off of what nobody think, bro. I got this camera on, people looking at me right now while I'm driving. They probably think I'm crazy. They think I'm crazy. They think I'm talking to myself. Let them assume. Literally, bro. 3-4 cars right now. People are looking at me. They looking at me like I'm crazy. They probably think I'm a madman behind the wheel. Call the police, bro. Call the police. Call the police. This man is going crazy in the car. They probably think I'm going crazy behind the wheel. He do not belong in the driver's seat, bro. Take his license from him. Revoke his license. What is he doing? Whole time, I'm talking to my people. Let them assume. Let them assume, bro. Life is way better that way. And it's funny. I get a kick out of it, bro. I get a kick out of it. People literally will pull their hair out, bro. It will drive them crazy when they can't figure you out. You know? And also on top of that, man, you get a little bit more respect. And it's not because they want to. It's because they don't know how to approach you, bro. So this is just one gem that I'm going to share with y'all among the many gems that I drop. Is, you know, it drives people crazy when you let them assume, bro. I get a kick out of it, man. It's better to let people assume than to run around and tell everybody your information to where once it come back to you, you know, your feelings hurt. The people that you thought was your friends really ain't your friends. The people that you thought was in your corner ain't really in your corner, etc., etc. But when you ain't worried about that, man, when you focused on you, come on now, when you focused on grinding, when you focused on getting better, when you focused on improving your life, you let them assume, bro, and you do what you do. You feel me? If they see that you gain some credentials and they thank you, cool. You know, that is when you know. When they see that your YouTube channel, or they discover you on your YouTube channel and it's blowing up, then you know, if they give you credit, cool. But keep letting them assume. Don't get all into every aspect of every crack and crevices of what you're doing. Don't be an overshare. Share what you want to share. Just like I come on YouTube, I share what I want to share. I'm not going to get on here and talk about every single element that goes on in my life. That's crazy. Share what you want to share. You know, you got to treat people accordingly, bro. But I'm getting ready to turn this camera off, man. I just wanted to, you know, hop on this camera and share a gem real quick. And share with y'all guys, man. Share with y'all to, you know, let people assume, man, whatever about you, man. Let them mind their business while you mind your business, bro. Even if your name is in their mouth, if your name is part of their business, that don't mean that it's still part of your business. Your business is actually your business. You feel me? You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to do none of that, man, because it's not your. You really don't have to. You don't have a reason to. You know, you don't have a reason to. Let them assume. Like, share, and subscribe. Turn on your post notification bell. More videos like this on the way. I appreciate all my day ones, my in-betweens, my as of nows, and my future supporters. Let's go. Do what brings life to you, and it's a great chance that you'll bring life to whatever it is that you do. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Peace and blessings. One love, strength.